Hello, boys and girls. This is MrPerez, and welcome to Science Central. That's right. We're going to be continuing on our notes here of what we did last time dealing with the human body. And we're going to move from the skeletal system to the muscular system. Now, both of these work together, therefore we place them together. So make sure you have your notes out. This will be part 2 of your notes, and be ready to start writing, and make sure all distractions are put away. All of them. So let's begin. Let's start talking about the skeletal and muscular system. Charge! So here we go. First of all, here are some images of our muscular system, some basic drawings as well as models that show how they really look under our skin. As you can see here, we have a lot of muscles, and all of them have certain functions that help us move around and do things that are required within our body to be able to live. So let's talk about a few of these here. Okay. Now, behind every human movement that we do, there is a complex interaction of bones, muscles, and other parts of the body, from either playing basketball, gymnastics, walking, digesting, feeling your heartbeat. All these things work hand in hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first type, and we're going to talk about those muscles that are involuntary, because there are about 600 muscles in your body, and all these muscles have many functions. Some of these are under your control and some of them aren't. The first ones we're going to talk about are those that are not under your control, not under your conscious control. That means that you're not thinking about it, it just happens. And some of these involuntary muscles, like I said earlier, are responsible for your breathing, your digesting of food, and your heart beating. Okay, these muscles we call involuntary muscles. Remember, involuntary muscles are those that are not under your conscious control. That means you're not thinking about it, they're just doing it automatically. And we also have those muscles that are under your voluntary, or that are under your control. And we call those voluntary muscles. Okay, these are things such as smiling, turning a page in a book, and getting out of your chair when the bell rings. These are all actions controlled by voluntary muscles. That means you're thinking about it, I'm going to do it, and your muscles go and they take care of it. Okay, and we call these voluntary muscles. There are different types of muscles. Now, I'm not going to have you have to memorize all of them. Well, maybe no. So, anyway, we're going to be focusing on 3 types in this PowerPoint: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Okay, so let's talk about the first one here, skeletal. Skeletal muscles can act either voluntarily, which means you're thinking about it, you do it, so you're thinking about doing it, and your muscles take care of it for you. Or involuntary. Those are the ones that are not under your conscious control. No. Luckily for us, they take care of it on their own. Now, speaking about skeletal muscles, they're attached to the bones of your skeleton. They provide the force that moves your bones. And these muscles are attached to bone by tendons. And we talked about this in the last PowerPoint. What is a tendon? Well, a tendon is a strong connective tissue that attaches muscle to bone. Okay? And since one of our main functions of the skeletal system is movement, it works in conjunction with muscles to get that done. The other one, number 2, the smooth muscle. Smooth muscles are involuntary muscles, ones that are not under your control. They happen unconsciously. These function automatically to control many types of movement inside your body. These are found in your digestive tract. Stomach, small intestines, large intestines are smooth muscles. Blood vessels, veins, arteries are all smooth muscles. And they work all throughout your body, working without you having to think about it to keep us going. Now that leaves us, of course, with what? This image coming up next. That's right. And if you can see to the left, you can see here, those are all blood vessels. Look at all those blood vessels in your body. Okay? And you look to the right, you'll see your digestive system. Stomach, small intestines, large intestines, okay? Esophagus, all these smooth muscles that are working for you without you knowing. Aren't we glad they do that for us? Looking at our last one, the cardiac muscle. also known as dun, 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 the heart. That is right. Now, characteristics in common with both smooth and skeletal muscles. Okay, so it has both those characteristics. And what you're looking at the image on the right here is you're looking at a smooth and skeletal muscle. You're actually looking at a heart muscle, the cardiac muscle. Okay, it's involuntary, which means what? Do you think about it and have to do it, or does it work on its own? That's right. It works on its own. It does not get tired. It continually, we're glad it doesn't, because guess what? If our heart doesn't beat, what happens? That's right. We're gone. So therefore, we're lucky that it does not get tired. Okay? Because it is our heartbeat. You can feel it. Dun, 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 dun. So that's our cardiac muscle. And here's a good picture of it right here. Okay? See all that? Yeah, the aorta, the superior vena cava, the right atrium, right ventricle, inferior vena cava, left ventricle, pulmonary veins, left atrium, pulmonary trunk. And we're going to learn all about that when we talk about the cardiovascular system. You will know it by heart, and you will know how it works. Okay? That is your cardiac muscles. Now, muscles at work. Now, because muscle cells can only contract, they don't extend, and we're going to figure this out. They only contract. That means they only come together. They scrunch. They don't extend. Skeletal muscles must function in pairs. Okay? While one muscle contracts, the other muscle in the pair returns to its original length. And this is what we're talking about: skeletal system and muscular system working together. Okay? And that provides us the movement that we get. And that's how they work. Okay? Contraction, extension, but muscles can only contract, so therefore you have to have another muscle, a pair of muscles that works with you that allows you to extend. So if you look here on the left, you can see if you were to make a muscle, that means you take your arm and you tighten it up and you make a muscle. Okay? Your bicep contracts. Can I do it right now? Go ahead. I can't see you. That's okay. Make a muscle with your arm. Squeeze it tight. You'll feel that big bulging bicep, right? Well, feel your tricep in the back. It's extended. Okay? Now, lay it down slowly and tighten it up and make a tight tricep muscle. Oop, it's tight. It's contracted, but look at the bicep. It's extended. That's how your muscles work with your skeletal system to give you movement. Your calf muscle does the same. All these work, and that's why we put these two together, because they complement each other for movement. So anyway, though, make sure you have your notes written down. Okay, as we end this up here, make sure you have your notes written down. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, tweet me, whatever you need to do. But also make sure you finish up those questions that follow after this presentation. Okay? And I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening. And this is another MrPerez production. Adios.